This stone marks the residence of a guy named Nagaoka Yasuhei. He was son of a samurai family from Omura Domain, which is in present Nagasaki Prefecture. He was born in 1842 during the shogunate of the 12th shogun, a very unremarkable guy named Tokugawa Ieyoshi. And he died in 1925, which is also Taisho 14, which is actually 2 years after the Great Kanto earthquake. So I'm not clear on the details, but it seems like his estate was destroyed in the earthquake and they never rebuilt it. So 2 years after his death, some of his close friends erected this stone monument by the roadside to honor him. So why did they honor this guy? Well, Shiba was a prestigious Yamanote area during the Edo period, but in the Meiji period, it became famous for all kinds of cliques of artists interested in the liberal artistic atmosphere of the time. Nagaoka Yasuhei was a self-taught gardener and garden designer who combined Western public garden design with traditional Japanese sensibilities. So he was he was a pioneer in that he was at the forefront of the idea of creating public spaces and parks for everyone to enjoy, because under the shoguns, the best gardens were always walled off in palaces of daimyo and behind the shogun's walls. Yasuhei wanted to blend the daimyo garden culture with the raw, natural spaces that the Shitamachi people enjoyed. Japanese Wikipedia credits him with designing 37 parks, at least 10 of which were in Tokyo. So his most notable contributions to the metropolis are Asukeyama in Oji, that's in the Kita ward, and Asakusa Koen, Asakusa Park, which was destroyed in the Great Kanto earthquake and again in the firebombing during World War II, and it doesn't really exist anymore. He drew up the original plans for Hibiya Park to reclaim the unused daimyo lands within the outer moats of Edo Castle. Unfortunately, though those went to a different park designer, and his plans were rejected. But his most important contribution to the metropolis, in my opinion, is the designing of the waterworks of Shiba Park. So Shiba Park has many pools, streams, and there's actually a distinctive waterfall, like one waterfall near Tokyo Tower. And these were all designed by Nagaoka Yasuhei. Unfortunately, many of the waterworks near the Maruyama Kofun, so the burial mound on the other side of the park, are not in operation today. Nothing exists of his home, but the plot of land where he lived is quite large, and it reflects not only his income during the Meiji period, but his status as a former samurai of relative means. Today, it's a beautiful park. It's part of Shiba Park, but it's part that you'd probably never noticed. Even the stone monument set up by Yasuhei's friends is barely noticeable. So if you want to find this park, there are two ways to get there. One, walk from Onarimon, the shogun's private gate into Zojoji Temple, towards Tokyo Tower. And when you pass Tokyo Tower, you'll see it on the right. The other way is to come from Akabanebashi and walk towards Tokyo Tower, and then you'll see it on your left. So, I mean, it's not much to look at today. It's just a park. And it's obscure, even for Tokyoites. But, I mean, if you want to walk the grounds of Shiba Park, this is definitely worth a visit. This guy shaped much of the modern incarnation of like a park in the modern Japanese vision, and his influence in building public gardens and parks for the Japanese people. You can't deny it. It's amazing. He was a trailblazer and a true artist of landscaping in this kind of 3D experience of urban nature. So, yeah, if you're near Tokyo Tower, it's worth walking around this residence